This is this is sort of a I have fun with this kind of stuff because of the diversity of the way in which we communicate with each other, how we live our lives, being connected together, right? And if you will, all the different lifestyles. And I'm watching this video. This guy's name is Santatello, San, Peter Santatello, something like that. And what he does is he's a videographer. He travels around the world to a lot of different places to essentially put a camera there and meet some of the locals, and then he shows you how the people live, right? So in this particular episode, he was in what's known as the Las Vegas periphery, out in Nye County, and I know where Nye County is. And so he's with this lady, and this is out in the middle of the desert. There's nothing out there really, in a place that's got a population, maybe a couple hundred people, and just surrounded by miles and miles of just open desert and small hills, right? Sagebrush and creosote bushes. And so she was talking to him about because she has some money that she can invest in the place that she runs, which is like a bar and a grill, and then she runs like an old fashioned. I don't know what you'd call it, but she has like little bunks where people can come out there and pay to stay, like you would if you were traveling along the highway between the states looking for a place to just bunk up for a night or a few days or stay for a week, like one of those nightly or weekly motel rates, right? Except these are like small little trailers that she got there on this piece of property. And what prompted this was when she talked about, you know, getting somebody to come on out there to sort of remodel the place, right? And she said she talked to this one engineer and said that just for him to be able to come out there, which means he's got this knowledge, the information that's held in his memory based on what he's learned, that knowledge is worth money. So just the fact that he spent his time and energy to log in what's programmed in his memory, that he can now impart what he's learned through that knowledge with her, is a commodity. So the knowledge becomes the commodity, right? And so she said that this engineer wanted $950 just to come out, and because the reason for coming out there would be able to size the joint up and see how his knowledge would translate in what is in her mind, what she wants to see in the hologram in the future, right? So the first thing that comes to mind is, because I've done this before, right? Is just say, listen, I'll come out there and all I need to do is just, if you got an open piece of dirt, I'll park my tent there. Okay. And whatever you need done around your place, I'll do it for free. I'll get up every morning. You want to help rebuild your house? I've worked, it's one of the great benefits when you're on fire to learn, because you have so much love in your heart, okay, which is a lot of energy, which is a lot of fire, and that's your spirit, right? Is that when you're in love and service mode, the intensity of that fire goes up, the more that you realize that the energy that you're using is producing good results. So you're in help mode. You're always wanting to help people do that, right? Which means your energy is in service mode. So now you're an accelerator and not an inverter, okay? Because you're accelerating your energy that way. That's a high-speed drive, which is a high-speed magnet, okay? That's an accelerator of electrons. I know, okay? And so you sort of see how you can translate the planetary consciousness terrain that way, between inverters and accelerators, right? And so what it means is that the faster that you're learning as a child, the larger the libraries that you're running on skill sets that are now in memory that you can use to impart and help others to build a thriving community, because you're willing to use your energy to do that. So when you're learning at the highest rate of speed as an accelerator, from the highest accelerator there is, which is what love is, it goes on forever, gifting electrons, which is the eternal spirit of fire, then you can understand how fast a little kid at 4 years of age is learning that old saying that goes, how does that one go? A master of none, A jack of all trades. Yeah, a jack of all trades. What would you like me to do? I know how to do plumbing. I know how to do roofing. I know how to lay a foundation. I'll do landscape. In fact, I'll even design the house and build it for you. What else you want to do? You want to build an automobile, build an airplane? And in other words, the list goes on. Which means, my God, how many different things can you do? Well, how many things do you want me to do for you? Because as a child, you're on fire to learn. So you're learning faster than anybody around you because you realize how they set up the computers with the AI to become an inverter. Right? And that's all your programming. That's all your corporate stuff. That's all their schools. All their schools are set up to do that. Right? And so you see that how that plays out, right? I don't want to use any of my energy to help you because time is energy and time is money. So unless you're willing to pay me, I'm not going to share what it is I've learned. Well, who would you rather have work for you? Right? Somebody who's working for free or somebody that's going to charge you for their energy? See the difference, the torque speed differential between an accelerator and an inverter. And then we get into the balance between two magnetic planetary poles. Right? The vampire chasing the artist. Thank you, Peter, for that enlightening little visit you had out there to Nye County with that lady. I love what he does. He goes out to some of these out of the road places. Hey, take a look at this. Let's see what they're doing out here, right? And it's beautiful. You see how I know this because of all the places I've traveled to. When you're way out in the middle of the desert, granted, I prefer either to be on a beach in a jungle or near the ocean because of all the phytoplankton, right? Oxygen producers. Oxygen levels are obviously critical. Why they reduce the oxygen levels on the planet? Because it's a breathing organism. We're breathers. The planet is a living, breathing organism. You know, the inhalation, the exhalation, oxygen and carbon dioxide. Right? And you'd be surprised what happens when you're in love and service to others. Now, the torque speed of your magnet goes way up. That's a measurement of how fast we're learning how magnets and light works, right? To go from being an inverter to a torque converter, changing reality out. How fast can we change reality and build a thriving community? You know, planting seeds from stars. Stars that are running high-power energy, high-powered consciousness, right? High-powered batteries, high-powered soul-arcing spirits, experiencing the spirit of fire, the spirit in the energy, the spirit in the radio, raw, right? So anyway, Peter, thank you very much for opening up my morning with that little episode. Thank you for spending your time and energy to bring us what they're doing out in Nye County. What a beautiful sky. What beautiful fluffy clouds and blue skies, right? Nice and clear, not being hammered with chemtrail planes, right? And energy molesters. You know what energy molesters are, right? Yeah. Have a great day. Mua.